very warm welcome to Daily Dispatch, a show that gives you all the latest news and updates from the digital ecosystem. I'm Priya Sheth. Thank you so much for taking the time out and logging in. I'm here as always to get you all the top news stories that we've been tracking today. Well, first up, Uber India has shown business recovery in India. This growth has been driven by increased demand for its low-cost products such as the Uber Auto as well as the Uber Moto. The ride-sharing platform said that some of its fastest recovering metro markets after the lockdown include Kolkata, Hyderabad as well as Mumbai. Well, moving on to the second headline of the day, recruitment startup for grey and blue-collar workers Apna has raised $12.5 million in a funding round led by Sequoia Capital as well as Green Oaks Capital. Existing investors such as Lightspeed India as well as Rocketship.vc also participated in this round. Now, the company will be using this funding to expand to new metro cities and tier 2 geographies. It will also be using the funds to expand its team. Well, reports suggest that Tiger Global is in talks to lead a $100 million funding round into online investment platform Grow. If this deal goes through, it will value the platform at a whopping $1 billion. Now, the Bengaluru-based startup has about 10 million registered customers and has raised about $60 million of funding so far. Well, moving on to the final headline of the day, drone specialist IdeaForge has raised 15 crore rupees from Black Soil. The funds will be used for meeting working capital requirements of the company to service its large order book. Now, the company had recently received a $20 million order from the Indian Army.
Well, moving on to our second segment, I have somebody who has made her mark in the fitness industry, and we have with us Neha Motwani, who is the founder of Fitternity. Thank you very much for joining us on the Daily Dispatch. Fitness has been a male-dominated world, and you've literally been there and sort of changed the way people approach fitness and gym memberships. So how has the journey been specifically in relation to 2020, considering that gyms was perhaps the last place that people wanted to be in?
Yeah, no, very actually valid question. Priya, when we, look at the fraternity journey, we sort of started back in 2014 with the simple intent that we actually want to simplify fitness consumption for the Indian consumer. And our model revolved around, aggregating retail spaces and outlets in the country, right? So Priya could basically find out gyms around her, yoga studios around her, and basically seamlessly transact. So when COVID and lockdown sort of happened in early 2020, of course, we sort of saw a complete standstill in business. What we did was actually sort of, two things that really helped and, made us sort of come out of this. Was one, focusing on the partners. We actually did a lot of work with service providers to actually get them online, provide the tech, provide the required, sort of acquisition of customers to be able to conduct classes online, right? So you couldn't take Priya to a yoga studio, but you actually get the yoga studio at her house, right? So really created a whole lot of formats when it came to live stream workouts, one-on-one personal training digitally, fitness challenges. And I think the second part was really worked with regards to our corporate and our B2B strategy, which is now sort of playing out really well with the lockdown situation, with actually work from home. A lot of corporates are focusing on fitness and wellness like never before. And I think we've sort of, really created a very valuable product, which is helping, Indian corporates give access to, services online with regards to fitness, but really cutting across, age, income levels, demographics, of their employee base. So I think these two things have been really pivotal. And just in terms of, where we are currently, we're seeing massive recovery. For us, the December, Jan, and February month, has been spectacular. We are almost on our way to sort of, getting to the numbers that we wanted for this quarter, and we are actually getting back to our pre-COVID numbers by the end of this year.
So when you talk about coming back to pre-COVID levels at this point in time, at what percent are you of pre-COVID levels?
We're at about 20 to 30% of what we were with regards to our pre-COVID levels. And here, of course, the way to look at the business is both B2C and B2B. While B2B has increased, of course, B2C sentiment is, as we speak, sort of going back to what it was, right? So people are now getting more and more confident to go back to the gym. The gyms and studios are really taking a lot of safety precautions and requirements that are required for social distancing, and we're sort of helping our partners in a big way. And that sort of recovery is something that we're already seeing really, really good early signs on.
So, Neha, I wanted to talk about the big deal that took place in February, the deal with Cure.fit, a deal that really took the industry by surprise. Nobody was looking at something like this. But of course, it has changed the way the fitness industry, specifically the online fitness industry, operates. So tell us a little bit about the deal, what went into, the talks, and, what is the kind of roadmap going forward?
So actually, we've been working with YourFit since about 3, 4 years now, and we've been pretty much partners. Looking at each other's progress on the sidelines, and I think we're actually very excited to partner with CureFit because we really believe that from where they come from, they have sort of built a very good first party, fitness chain, right? With sort of world class quality, right? On the other side, we've sort of built a marketplace more sort of horizontalized and deep across all fitness activities, right? So I think standalone both businesses have a lot of value, and with us sort of really integrating with each other, we actually see a whole lot of impact positively, right? So I think in terms of what we can do for the recovery of the fitness industry, right? While COVID has hit sort of retail fitness spaces in a big way, we really do think that fitness consumption and the fitness penetration levels of the country are actually on the verge of sort of really increasing, right? So to give you a sense, right, we've been sub 1% in terms of fitness penetration. uh, Anecdotally, let's say 2 out of 10 friends of ours were into fitness pre-COVID, but I think that number has definitely become 5 or 6 out of 10 post-COVID, right? Given focus on immunity, people having the time, work from home, sort of supporting, doing your own fitness regime, etc. Right? So we feel that in that way, Indians and Indian sort of market has really leapfrogged, in terms of fitness penetration. And CureFit together with Fitternity, right, joining forces actually helps us capitalize that in a very, very major way. Not only look at recovery of the sort of COVID, but also then sort of scaling up. So I think it's very positive at both ends. We're sort of super excited to sort of be part of the CureFit family.
So at Fraternity, if I understand, you have about 12,000 odd gyms associated with you. And what is the roadmap in terms of getting more gyms on board, in terms of the kind of innovation that you're bringing to the table? What's in store? What can we expect?
Yeah, so like you're aware, Priya, we actually run a product called One Pass, which is basically a pass that you buy as a consumer. So Priya gets access to gym, yoga, martial arts, 5-star hotels, swimming pools via one membership, right? And hence called One Pass. So I think the future for us is deeply penetrating One Pass because we really believe it is a brilliant product. We've seen some really, really vibrant usage of people, in terms of repeating, in terms of number of uses of the pass every month. And the idea is to sort of really scale that up. Like you said, we are in 12,000 gyms and studios. The idea would be to deepen our presence even further, extend beyond the 7 cities that we are in, to actually cover deeply 15 cities that we sort of were pre-COVID. And of course, within the realm of what we deliver, which is health and fitness, the idea is to also go more deeper into sort of wellness and other activities with CureFit.
When you talk about the overall growth going forward, this deal with CureFit, do you think that's going to help boost overall growth numbers for you at Fraternity? And in terms of overall funding? Because I believe that you have a series of very prominent investors who have put in money in Fitternity. So, will you be needing more funds? What is the kind of fund infusion plan?
So I think here, Priya, the whole idea is that Fraternity will run independently, and we will work with Cure.fit on a lot of initiatives for the industry together. But we will maintain our independence the way we would have operated, right? And hence our operations, work with suppliers, work with corporates, continue to sort of scale the way we had planned post COVID. And with regards to sort of where we are and where we want to be, we're basically targeting 25 million GMV of sales, which is ARR, by the end of this year. And of course, there's going to be sort of fund infusion that will take place, which is sort of aligned to sort of achieve that growth number.
So is there a number that you can put to it in terms of what's the kind of fund infusion that you will require? And secondly, with the kind of partnership that you have with CureFit, do you think that it could become a larger network of not only 12,000 gyms, but spreading into adjacencies as well?
No, absolutely. I completely agree with you, Priya. I think Fraternity stood for gyms, fitness activities, swimming pools. CureFit stood for group classes, gyms. With their foray into Cult Pass, they also have sort of gym and machine-based workouts. I think the whole idea that we have is to sort of extend the base, have a lot of category extensions as we go along. It could be in the field of sports, it could be wellness, it could be a whole lot of outdoor activities, running, etc. So really broad based and deepened, right? So the idea would be for Priya as a user, everything in the realm of health and fitness is something that she can find via Fraternity or CureFit.
Right, very interesting. But one question that I have in mind, and I can't let you go without asking you that question, is that are you a fitness freak, and what was the kind of motivation into getting into this field? Because I believe that across the board, we've seen men. It's been a male-dominated field, whether it be trainers, whether it be, other aspects of fitness. So, a woman in fitness, how different was that for you?
I think honestly, Priya, it has been similar to how it would be for any other entrepreneur. I really don't believe that entrepreneurship is linked to gender. I think it's gender agnostic. Uh, and while sort of navigating the fitness industry, while of course I've had my co-founder Jayam with me over the years, so that has helped. But overall, the industry dynamically has changed, right? So while you were seeing male fitness trainers, now there are a lot of female celebrity fitness trainers as well. A whole lot of women also owning gyms and fitness studios. So I think the industry mix is changing, and I mean it has been actually super exciting navigating the fitness industry and also seeing the scale that we've seen in the last 5 years along that growth.
All right. On that note, many thanks for joining us today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and thank you so much for your insights on the fitness world. With that, thank you so much for being a part of Daily Dispatch.
Thank you. It's been an honor. Thank you so much.
Well, time now to wrap up this very special edition of the Daily Dispatch. I'll see you tomorrow as always at 5 p.m. Make sure to be there. Goodbye and see you tomorrow.